Hey guys, what's going on? So today I just wanted to speak something about, one topic, getting into full frame photography. And as you know, full frame photography is quite costly, and maybe if you're planning to move into full frame photography, you at least have to spend above $1,500 for the camera body itself. But I came across a pretty good deal, and it is none other than the Sony. I know Sony has only mirrorless cameras running these days, and why I think getting this is the best thing that I've done so far. I mean, I was actually planning to go into photography, but fortunately or unfortunately, I got fluctuated there and also got into videography. That's the reason why I bought the GH5. But my interest for photography always is at top notch. So, to get that moving forward, I wanted to get a camera body which can actually take some high resolution photos alongside being a full frame. And my budget was actually constrained to thousand US dollars for the camera body alone. But fortunately, during this Thanksgiving week, I came across a pretty good deal from Sony. So they've actually slashed down their prices on the older full frame cameras of the Sony Alpha series, and one of them was this guy. This is the Sony Alpha 7, and the reason why I think this actually makes a lot of sense so far. I mean, it was released in 2014 and it's like 2017 now, and we are entering 2018, but this guy still outperforms the functionality, and it has a huge options that no other full frame camera is actually able to give that many flexibility and features for the price point. So just compare it with the 60 Canon 60 has 20, I believe, 20 megapixel, and it has a full frame. Yeah, not so fast, and the camera body is huge. A ton of disadvantages, but comparing this is 24.3 megapixel. 24.3 is a standard megapixel count that cameras such as the Sony A9 is giving. Or compare it with the Canon series. Canon 5D Mark II just has 26 megapixel, and this guy released in 2014 has 24.3 megapixel. That's a huge option that this guy has, and apart from that, it's full frame. What else do you need? So speaking about this, here are my reasons why I thought buying this would make a lot of sense in 2017. The first point is it's 24.3 megapixel. That's cool. Full frame, 35 mm. That's cool. The third rating, the second thing, basically is the high dynamic range. This guy gives higher dynamic range than the Canon 60 Mark II, which was just released in 2017. Now, the specs speak about it. I'm not the one who's calling this decision, but if you go on the internet and search for the DxO ratings, you'll actually see that this guy is way ahead of all of these cameras which were just released in 2016-17. This guy outbeats them. It's at the 21st position in regards to the testing which they have done, and that's a cool deal, because for like less than $1,000, what else you're expecting? So the next point that I would like to speak about, I mean, I don't know how many of them were able to get that deal, but I was the one who called them and asked for a good discount, so they added in an extra $100 coupon gift card in the shopping cart, so which made it actually go down $100. So it was like $689 for a full frame camera. And the reason why I'm saying that here is because for $689 you'll not get any full frame camera. Even the used version of this guy actually resales about 700 US dollars. I've seen a lot of posts on Craigslist and on eBay as well. I see it going above $600, so that's pretty good deal. I'll be using it for a couple of days. If I like it, I'll keep it. If I don't, then probably I'll sell it for 600 and above, and I can actually be in a no loss no profit kind of a situation. Yes, so speaking about that, I got it for like $689. So that's a pretty good deal on this amazing camera. Let's speak about the specs before we get into the ratings and other stuff. Let's actually go to the rate the overall features of this amazing camera. So the first one is it's 24.3 megapixel. That's cool, and it gives a 14-bit raw output. So that's basically the standard right now. So it gives a lot of colors out of the raw images. Yes, I've observed that if you're using the JPG output, then probably you'll lose a lot of the colors and the quality. If you're maybe that was due to the codec which they have written on the Sony A7 firmware, but probably I've used it on the Sony Alpha 6500 as well. I mean, I was using Sony Alpha 6500, and the output of that JPEGs were actually much better than what this guy gives, because this was released in 2014. Probably the codec was not so great there. And use raw on this. I'm telling you again, use only raw on this. Don't use JPEG. You'll be losing a lot of the contents there. And what else? This has a native ISO range of 100 to 25,600, and that's 14-bit raw images. That's cool. And it also has Wi-Fi and NFC. So that's a current standard which companies are giving, and this guy has all of them. And yep, that's cool. And AF with, so the autofocus is much faster. I mean, not as much faster as the latest versions, but it actually is faster. So it has 117 face detection AF points. So I think this is again the hybrid autofocus. And the viewfinder is 2.4 million dot OLED electronic viewfinder. So the viewfinder on this isn't so great as the other cameras which are out there in the market from Sony. So that's cool. And the good thing about this is this also does 1080p 60p output. So that's cool. I mean, you can get some amazing slow motion video out of it. And speaking about the frame rates per second, it actually can go up to 5 frames per second. So that's cool. I mean, I'm fine with that option. That's more than enough. And also it has an option of I don't know, I've not tested it, but it says 4K still image output by HDMI or Wi-Fi for viewing on 4K TVs. I don't know what exactly is it, but I'll probably check it. Let's see what exactly it says. Enjoy ultra high definition slideshow directly from the camera to the compatible 4K television. So okay, it playbacks 8K 8 megapixel 4K picture onto the television or any other media through HDMI. And yep, that's the specs. Now let me go to the DxO website and see where this position is for this camera. So if we go there to the DxO rating, so first comes the Hasselblad X1D 50C, though that's I think the latest one. So among the top competitors, I see Pentax, Nikon A7R3, which was just released, A7R2, Nikon D810 and all. Let's actually check for this. So the Sony A7, across all of the medium format and the full frame and the crop sensor, it stands at the position of 21. So that's way cool, guys. I mean, cameras which were just released in 2017 actually are very far behind when comparing with this. So let's check the full frame only. And full frame, so it stands at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21. So that's the same. So it stands at the 21st position when we just only select full frame aspect. Let's see why they think this stands at the 21st position. So the color score, or the overall score which these guys have given, is 90 out of 100. And portrait of the color depth is like 24.8 bits. Landscape dynamic range 14.2. So 14.2 is actually much better than what you actually know about. The Sony Alpha 6500, which was just released, had like 13 dynamic range, and this has 14.2. So that's cool. If you take some portraits, you have some amazing detail in the image. And the low light photography sports ISO, the rating which they, probably the ISO standard which they have come up is 2248 ISO. So yes, I'm not telling you to buy this by just looking at the specs, but if you're planning to get into full frame photography under $1,000, then this is an option for you. Spend $689. Probably if you find any deal across any of the resellers, probably you can just get in touch with them. But if you are planning to spend like $1,000, then also you can get it for like $789 right now. So another point that I like the most about this guy, the camera itself, is Sony does it in all of their cameras. What they basically do is they have an option to enable crop sensor photography. So what exactly it does is it doesn't use the whole 35 millimeter focal whole 35 sensor. It just uses the APS-C sized sensor out of it. So if you wanted to use some APS-C lens on this camera, you can adapt it and turn the crop sensor option on. As soon as you do that, the sensor will be on the camera will be only using the sensor which is actually equivalent to crop sensor. So you can use your crop sensor lenses as well on this guy. So that's more than enough. You can, if you are planning to switch from Canon to a full frame photography, then this is a good option for you. Just spend like $150 on the Sigma MC11 adapter, and you can directly mount everything on this guy and get ahead into photography. So those are my conclusions, and my aspects as to why I think spending $1,000 on this is much better than spending $2,000 on any other full frame camera. So with that, I would just like to end this video, guys. I hope you like this video, and please do subscribe to my channel and post in your comments or questions. I will definitely try to answer them. The next video which I'm gonna release very soon, probably tomorrow, is the Sony 85mm f1.8 FE lens, which outbeats the full frame lens of the Sony itself, the Zeiss 1.4. So thanks, guys. I will see you again. Take care. Bye bye.